My name is Daria Rizzo, and I am the payroll manager for the Newton Public Schools. Today's brief presentation serves as a guide for employees to better understanding your pay and the payroll process. With so many people doing exceptional work for the Newton Public Schools, ensuring their correct and timely pay is a vital best practice. Understanding the payroll process is important to ensure every employee knows what to expect. New hires and other transitions mean changes to salaries, FTEs, and sometimes pay schedules. Comprehending these changes and how they affect an employee's pay is critical. Clear communication of protocols and practices is paramount to transparency and accountability when it comes to paying employees. This brief presentation provides clarification and understanding of the employee payroll process to ensure staff members know what to expect throughout the year. The chart of employee pays lists employees by group, displays the number of pays they receive annually, and indicates whether they have the option of a balloon payment at the end of June each year. Eligible employees opting in for the balloon payment made at the end of June will be paid their full annual salary between September and June, with no pay during July and August. Let's take a closer look at the difference between 24 and 20 annual pays. A commonly asked question is, how many days am I being paid for in the check I received? There's an easy way to understand how your pay is calculated when you receive 24 checks per year. Let's say your annual salary is $100,000 and you work 185 days per year. We first calculate your period pay. Your period pay is $100,000 divided by 24 pays, or $4,166.67. Next, we determine your pay dates for the 24 pay schedule. Semi-monthly pay dates are the 15th and 30th or 31st of each month. Finally, we factor in the option for a balloon payment for eligible employees. This means you have chosen to be paid from September 1st through June 30th, receiving your July and August payments in a lump sum at the end of June. So what does my pay look like with and without the balloon payment option? Let's apply the example from the previous slide to a simple visual. Employees receiving 24 pays from September through August at the period pay rate of $4,166.67 are represented in equal installments twice a month. Eligible employees who opt for the balloon payment receive 20 pays of their period pay. The final pay in June represents pays 20 through 24, as employees have chosen to receive a lump sum of their final June pay along with their 2 pays in July and 2 pays in August. Now let's look at employees with 20 annual pays, which includes some members of Units C, D, E, and non-aligned staff. For those employees ineligible for the balloon payment option and on a 20 pay annual schedule, your salary looks something like this. Let's say your annual salary is $68,000. We divide that figure by 20 equal pays. Your period pay is $3,400. A balloon payment option is available to certain employee groups as shown in the chart of employee pays. This option provides employees with their July and August pays at the end of June, changing their annual pays from 24 to 20. What does this mean for employees? It is important to know that opting in for the balloon payment does not change the amount of your period pay during the year. Your period pay amount is calculated on 24 pays per the annual pay schedule. Planning is important as employees who choose the balloon option at the end of June will not receive pay during July and August. Eligible employees are reminded annually of their ability to opt in for the balloon payment. The payroll department sends a communication to employees in the spring requesting their decisions to opt in for the balloon payment in June of the current school year. While you may opt in for June of 2025, you have the flexibility to opt out in June of 2026. Understanding your pay and deductions is important for managing expectations on payday. A clear explanation of the key components ensures employees know their earnings and how their pay is distributed each pay period. Let's look at this sample payroll advice for more clarification. The advice date is the pay date for the current payroll. The week ending date is the last date of the payroll cycle. In other words, when you receive your first semi-monthly check in September, the week ending date will always show as 9/15. For the second payment in September, the week ending date will always show as 9/30. The type will either say semi-monthly or weekly, depending on how you are paid. For example, custodial staff will always see weekly in this field as they are paid 52 times annually. Your current period pay amount appears here. As previously discussed, this is a calculation of either 20 or 24 equal pays for semi-monthly employees. Any additional payments or adjustments are listed individually below your base salary in the earnings section of your pay stub. These may include reimbursements, stipends, or adjustments based on your initial start date. Next, we move on to your deductions. All of your current deductions are listed here. These include required deductions such as Medicare, retirement, and state and federal taxes. They also include voluntary deductions such as medical, dental, and any optional retirement contribution funds. The total of all deductions is listed at the bottom of your current deductions column. Your accruals are also displayed on your pay stub, including sick, personal, and vacation days. The payroll system tracks other miscellaneous accruals and professional development days for eligible employees. However, those days are not tallied on your stub, so you may notice that they remain at 0. Other accruals will be listed, and your stub will total your days, used and remaining, by category. Finally, after all deductions have been taken, your pay stub lists your net pay total. Clear, consistent communication plays a significant role in employees understanding their pay. Each month, the payroll department will send a district-wide email to all employees, including pay dates and the dates of coverage for additional timesheet hours for eligible employees working beyond their regularly scheduled work week. The email will also provide a breakdown of the semi-monthly payroll's additional payables on the 15th and/or 30th pay dates. These items may include COLA in September, annual stipends paid in May, NTA dues beginning in November, and NISA dues beginning in September. Finally, the monthly communication will provide information regarding changes to employees' personal information, direct deposit, and a link to the payroll page of the website, which offers annual payroll schedules, sign-up instructions for the employee self-service portal, and general contact information. Employees may have several questions about payroll, particularly new employees receiving pay for the first time. The payroll department's page of the website offers information on payroll dates, payroll process, and the employee self-service portal. This portal provides employees access to their pay stubs, W-2s, and the Net Pay Simulator, a tool to estimate your net pay based on changes to your period pay and/or deductions. These changes will result in a new net pay figure, which employees can view by using the simulator. The Human Resource Department's webpage provides additional employee information, benefit information, and forms for a variety of uses. Employees may reach out to any member of the payroll department with additional questions regarding their pay at any time. We are always happy to assist.